There's a controversial plan called Project 2025, a Christian nationalist plan. I'm just going to read out a couple of things from there and get your reactions and see
Sure.
what you think might happen. So they want to replace thousands of career civil servants with MAGA loyalists. They want to expand nuclear weapons productions. They want to ramp up deportations of all the undocumented migrants. They want to defund leftist media organizations and kick the transgenders out of the military. So, do we see this as something possibly happening?
Well, to be honest, some of the points that actually might happen, like for example, in terms of the borders, securing the borders, this is a big issue, right? Like the Americans are they're done with basically illegal, immigrants and so forth. They're taking jobs. They're using the whatever benefits the country might have, whatever it is. So this basically, Trump might actually put some investment there. Do they really want to solve it? Does the Americans really want to get rid of illegal immigration? Maybe a little bit. But at the end of the day, there's a story that one of these senators was in a plane with one of my friends, and he was speaking about illegal immigration. You know what the senator told him? Who's gonna clean your toilets? He wouldn't say this maybe in public, but this is between two people, and who's gonna work certain jobs? They pay less than even minimum wage, right? Because like everything's under the table and so forth. So they are servicing America. Yeah, but maybe too much of them might be problematic. This is changing the demographics of the country, blah blah blah. The other thing is in the project is the unleashing the energy production. So this is where the big oil companies come in, right? This is where the agenda. Like we need to, like at the end of the day, the Project 2025 is lots of stuff.
Yes.
Again, some of it for public consumption. Some of it basically might be a trend within the right that they need to actually do, but some of it is really strategic for those who are behind all these think tanks and movements. And we need to understand that. And another thing basically that is important is, for example, like the right and the Republicans, they believe in smaller government, less government spending, right? But also at the same time, less taxes, corporate taxes, and even basically to a certain extent, individual taxes, puts more money in the pocket of the consumer, energizes the economy. So this is at least the philosophy of the right, which is, again, might be beneficial in certain cases, especially when you cut some of the fat within the government bureaucracies, which is another point within the project. Some of this stuff might be implemented. But for example, getting rid of the Department of Education and Department of Justice and the FBI, all that kind of stuff, like, again, I would say these are more sloganeering really for the base than actual things. He might do some changes in them, definitely. I mean, don't forget, Trump was burnt by the Department of Justice, by the FBI. The right, some of the right that has to do with the gender issues and stuff like that. The right is totally against it, so he might can he basically push some laws? But what are they demanding? They're demanding that basically biological males don't compete in women's sports. It does contradict basically with the gender ideology. But again, this is something that the right is pushing for. Abortion rights, stuff like that. Again, the classical right wing, pushing for more family values. I guess was one of the things also in the project. Maybe let's see how much basically the deep state wants to change things. So that's really it. I guess I would say. Will Trump really take this as his Bible? Well, I mean, it's a pretty large document. I'm pretty sure and we'll see. But how many people does he employ from the heritage and those who were associated with the Project 2025, and how many of them will be in his administration? So
That's a good thing to watch out for because he is hiring some, and it's something we can keep our eyes on. Speaking of cutting the fat from the government, Elon Musk, right? He's now been picked to lead the Doge department, right? Department of Government Efficiency. And he's the largest donor to the Trump campaign, $270 million. So there's a recent controversy where Elon Musk was talking about being pro H-1B, and then you had an immigration, and you had the other side where the MAGA crowd basically pushed back on him. Do you think this is going to lead to a fraction and a breakage within the Trump base?
Well, look, whether it does or not, what we need to understand is 80% of the promises done by politicians in America. And there's a study about this. They're all just basically for the campaign. And that's it. After that, nothing happens. You see, and this is one of them. Like the American IT industry, which is the biggest in the world, right? And the information technology and AI is the most important. It's really the fourth industrial revolution in the world. So America needs to be at the forefront of these technologies. and America doesn't have enough. Like the amount of engineers that China graduates every year, and this was so sadly, to be honest, basically this is like several years ago statistics that I still have, is equals just the engineers in China every year equals all the graduates in the United States.
Wow.
Yeah, so definitely Americans have lots of deficiency. So stopping the H-1B already have hurt the IT industry, have hurt Silicon Valley and so forth. So they can't. Like this is the stuff that will not happen. They will increase the H-1B. They will attract more. They want to attract more talent, especially from Europe, especially from Ukraine, especially from Eastern Europe, especially from maybe the Middle East, Southeast Asia. So they're gonna bring the brain power into Silicon Valley to continue innovation. Otherwise, the United States will be a second class, technology innovator, right? So
There was this may be a rapid fire kind of question, but there's many people been talking about who's the president here. Is it the guy who donated the most, Elon Musk? He has Twitter, he's pushing it, he's taking over the country, or is it Donald Trump? Like, who is the president?
to be honest, I'm gonna say it as it is. Okay, Elon Musk is just a puppy, right? He's a puppy in the pocket of Trump. He financed the whole campaign. Used Twitter and X basically for the sake of pushing Trump to win. And it's just so he can sit there and just take pictures and serve maybe with whatever basically he can. But Trump is king really in America really right now.